wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Bee, so don't get her pissed. Jason talks like a spaz, and he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Hello, good morning. It is the KVJ Show. Happy Tuesday to everybody. Yeah, here we go. Another fun day. All strapped in, ready to go. Another day of winning. KVJ going to be doubling your paycheck here today. So if you are signed up, strap in, get ready, 9 a.m. We're going to be calling off a name. You then have 10 minutes to get back to us. Do that in that time, and you double your paycheck.
Fancy.
Yeah, it's a cool little deal. If you're not signed up yet, it's easy to do. Just go to WRMF.com. Start at 9 a.m. every 2 hours after that. We give you another chance to double your paycheck all day long till 5 p.m.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away. Because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, it looks like Aaron Rodgers got the bug. He wants to be the official long-term host of Jeopardy. Not sure if he would juggle his quarterbacking gig with hosting Jeopardy, but he says he loves it.
Well, Jeopardy is through the weekdays. Football's on the weekend. He could swing it. It would be tough. We have a clip of him doing it if you want a piece.
Yes.
The guy, he's doing the interview, the awkward interview with the contestants. So it gets a little fun.
Okay.
Is it not? Is Kevin's mic on?
I don't see the audio anymore.
Oh boy, this is not going well.
Is it somewhere? I don't know.
It should be in the audio file. If not, I will double check right now. If you guys keep talking, it should be there in seconds.
Okay.
Is it there? Jerry.
Should be there.
Jerry O'Connell did something kind of funny. Just like we did with Little Smiles, a lot of the fundraising galas for different charities have gone on Zoom or a virtual platform, and everybody kind of just watches from home. And so Jerry O'Connell had signed up to be a part of this big one they were doing for ending homelessness in New York. This charity got him to be a part of it. But I love what he did. So he shows up for the Zoom gala from his bathtub. He's taking a bubble bath. And yeah, the whole thing is him in the tub on the Zoom. So adding a little fun and levity to the whole crazy world we're still in these days. It looks like Larsa Pippen is single again. It sounds like she and her much younger Minnesota Timberwolves player man were friends at first, and then apparently a couple. And then remember, his girl found out about it by seeing it on social media, but now they have split up together. So they are no longer a couple. And it sounds like she may be coming back if the Real Housewives of Miami happens again.
Okay.
There's talk of her possibly, Larsa Pippen, being on that cast.
That'd be cool to see.
That would be very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have? We do. Yay.
I mean, it's not that great, so it's a lot of build-up.
A whole bunch of build-up. It's got to be fantastic.
Here's Aaron Rodgers hosting Jeopardy.
Category for final today is daytime TV personalities. Accepting a Lifetime Achievement Emmy, he said, just take 10 seconds to think of the people who have helped you become who you are. Over to our two-day champion on the end. Scott, did you come up with the correct response? Who wanted to kick that field goal? That is a great question. Should be correct, but unfortunately for this game today, that's incorrect, and you're going to lose 0. Thank you for that, and congrats on your 2-day win streak. But the man in the middle, Brandon, could not be caught today. Did you come up with the correct response? Who is Mr. Rodgers? That is correct. Let's see what you wagered. $924 to your total. You are the Jeopardy champion today with $23,224. You'll be back tomorrow with me.
Okay.
There was some critiques about his energy.
He's a
Yeah.
little flat.
He is.
Little monotone, a little deep in the not moving my inflection whatsoever. I'm going to just deliver every line like this.
Yeah, there needs to be a little bit more pizzazz, a little bit more personality. But you're probably nervous.
Yeah, and totally. I mean, that can be coached. He loves the game, apparently. He's been a longtime fan. So.
I know a lot of people that love Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy, that block of programming between 7p and 8.
And just because you love it doesn't mean you can host it.
Yeah, I'm actually really bad at Wheel of Fortune. I played with my dad the other day. It was rough, man.
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you think about today, Jay Bird?
Meant to jump into this yesterday, but it slipped in my mind. I'm a huge Muppet fan. I love the Muppets. They've got heart. You can watch the Muppets. You can laugh. They can kind of get you a little sad at times. They do a really good job at character development. And NPR, their website, came out with the best Muppets, the top 25 of all time, according to their listeners. And kind of shocked. Cookie Monster was not in the top 10. Oscar the Grouch, not in the top 10. Big Bird, he's not my favorite, but also not in the top 10. Do you guys have a favorite Muppet?
You're talking about Sesame Street characters.
But they're all part of the Muppet world.
They are?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Muppet, Sesame Street, they're all part of that same franchise, sort of.
Okay. My
Because
favorite.
on this list, they've got your Kermits listed, they've got your Big Birds listed, they've got everybody in there. So.
Okay. I think my favorite is Gonzo.
It's funny. Well, he's got chickens.
I love his chickens. I love his whole thing. Gonzo's always been my favorite.
Gonzo's ranked number 2.
Oh.
He's a crowd favorite. Kermit's number 1.
He is.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Well,
He's
he's
top
the
dog.
staple.
Yeah.
He is.
I've always liked Animal.
Animal came in at number 3.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah, so you've
I
got
like his approach.
Your top 5 is Kermit, Gonzo at 2, Animal 3, Beaker at 4,
Beaker. I love
Yeah.
Beaker.
and Rolf at 5. And I love him too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Miss Piggy kind of ranked. She's ranked 8. Is that because she's kind of stalkerish?
She's a little bit extra.
She's extra.
If Virginia were a Muppet.
I just don't think Miss Piggy was the right person for Kermit.
The pig is needy. She's real needy.
She's a needy pig.
She's just a lot. She's a lot.
And I think Kermit's got the right temperament to handle it. But if you asked him if you got a couple drinks in Kermit and said, "Are you truly happy?" No, I'm not. He wouldn't like it.
You think he would break down and
Yeah,
tell
I
you
do.
how it is?
I do. And
Okay.
the old guys is Statler and Waldorf, right?
yes.
They come in at
yes.
number 10.
They're
Okay.
awesome too.
Couple
The
of
hecklers.
They did the top 25. Rizzo the Rat made it in there. Not my favorite. Yeah, Big Bird came in at 14.
Okay.
But if the kids have not seen a Muppet movie, I highly recommend The Muppets Take Manhattan. Do you ever see that one?
Yes.
Hi, Bill. This is Gil. This is Jill. It's such a good movie.
It's really good.
That's all I got.
Okay.
I love the Muppets.
Bird loves Muppets.
Yeah, he does.
Now you know. What's on your mind today, Virginia?
Well, I'm going to the dentist today. I'm very excited because I chipped my front tooth here.
Oh, Virginia.
And if you look at me from a certain angle, you can see the chip in it. I just think as we get older, your teeth aren't as strong. Your bones are starting to break down. The teeth are just bones, baby.
Girl's falling apart over here right for
Yeah.
our very eyes.
I got to get this little one right here and this gigantic chip fixed.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm falling apart, Ralston.
Virginia's going to be all sensitive today.
Oh, boy.
She got a chipped tooth.
It just sucks, man. I don't know how I did this. I just woke up one morning. I'm like, damn, a chip.
I don't know, though. You go kind of hard on the weekends.
I do.
Yeah, if you really analyze that, you might find a chip in there somewhere. It's very possible. I thought this is a good idea. I think that they're doing the right thing in Utah. They got a new law where biological fathers are going to be legally required to pay half of a woman's out-of-pocket pregnancy costs.
I love it.
Yeah. Now, if the paternity of the child is disputed, fathers won't be required to pay until after paternity is established. Also seems fair. But I love this.
Yeah.
I've always been a big proponent of, I can't imagine any guy that would go and get somebody pregnant and then just pretend like, oh, it's not my responsibility. That's unbelievable to me. And to me, it seems like it's way overdue. So Utah appears to be the first state to mandate prenatal child support. It would be great to see Florida and other states jump on. So I'm all about it.
Amen.
Come on, Florida. Make it happen. All right, coming up here, we got some random questions I'm going to hit you up here with, taking you back in time a little bit. If you could time travel and tell one past historical figure about the future, who would you talk to, and what about the future would you tell them? We'll discuss next.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Okay, got some random questions here for you. If you could time travel and tell one past historical figure about the future, who would you talk to, and what about the future would you tell them? What do you think on that?
Abe, look behind your back.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the obvious one, right?
Doc Brown, watch out for the Libyans.
It's a good historical figure.
I mean, I kind of like that angle on the topic.
Yes. I think that's probably good. I think one of the best things that you could do would be telling somebody who could be monumental about an assassination attempt. You could do an Abraham Lincoln. You could go with a Martin Luther King. You could go with somebody like that whose life was cut short. You could have told JFK. That probably is the best use of this ability.
But do you wonder if you do go back and stop all that, does it wreck everything that happens after? If you go back, you stop JFK from getting shot. What happens to everything else? Does that mean you're not born? Does that mean Virginia's not around? Does the chain of events just screw everything up in the universe?
Well, you know, whenever they do the time travel stuff, they always have it for the negative, that everything is screwed up. But think about it this other way. The fact that something didn't happen, that maybe things were screwed up. I always attest that I saw a special on Abraham Lincoln, and they were talking about how big his death was because they say that it set back race relations in America for 100 years because he had a plan, and his president that came in after him was not as staunch, and that they did not do it right because you had all these freed slaves, and he had a plan that he was going to execute on how to assimilate them into society. And instead, they kind of kept up a little bit of a makeshift type of slavery situation in America that's caused a lot of the problems that we're still dealing with today.
We needed Abe.
We needed Abe. He had a lot. Maybe his most important work was yet to come.
Dang.
And so that one, I would argue that maybe a lot of lives would have been changed for the better had he not been assassinated.
I like a positive case in the building.
Yeah. So I think that would probably be the one that you want to use it on. Okay, what are some historical events that should have a movie that have not yet been made? Dang, there's so many. You look at all the ones that have been made already, whether it be about war, whether it be about stories from the Bible that have done well. The story of 300, which is based off of a true story with its own interpretations.
I'd like to see a story about Paul Revere.
Okay.
I want to see what's going on with that cat.
Okay, he was the guy with the lanterns.
The town crier. Yeah, I want to see what's going on with him. Let's do a backstory on Revere. It's an interesting story.
Okay, all right.
Not that I lost everybody on that one. No one wants to see it.
It's a great Beastie Boys song.
They might have already made something. Who knows?
Okay, if you could ask a question to anyone in history, who would you choose, and what question would you ask?
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a big
Dang.
one. It's so heavy. It's so big.
Okay, it's got to be to me, you got to go right to Jesus if you're looking at that and believing on that.
Now, is your mind blown? You sit down with Jesus and there's no beard?
It'd be, he's...
Does that throw you?
He's got frosted tips.
He's clean shaven. The beard is such a signature.
He looks like he's hanging on Sobe.
Yeah,
He's got a different look.
I'm not saying that to try to rile anybody up.
You gotta let Jesus be Jesus. Sometimes you like to change up your look.
Well, you know what might happen? Imagine this. You get one question with one historical figure, and you go to sit down with Jesus, and you're so thrown off, you don't even think about it, and your question is, so, dude, where's the beard? And he's like, that's your one question. And you're like, no, I didn't know. I wasn't the question. That was just.
You blew it.
That's probably what would happen with
You
me.
had Jesus and you blew
You
it.
just blew your Jesus question.
But Father, where's your beard?
Yeah.
That's your question, son.
Okay, there you go. I remember back in the 80s, there was a movie, it was called Gung Ho, and it had Michael Keaton in it. And the concept was he started doing brutally honest ad slogans. There was a car back then that people would drive called Volvo, and he said, yeah, you know what? It's boxy but efficient. And so he gave this ad slogan, and it actually took off because people appreciated the brutal honesty that they were giving you, saying, yeah, we realize it looks like you're driving a box, but, you know, here's the attribute to it. And people are like going, okay, because don't you always feel like people are just lying to you? You're like, going, I see right through this.
Well, that's what
I mean, we know the truth.
they credit Domino's with doing that whole thing. They did that whole campaign about their old pizza and how crappy it was, and it showed people eating their pizza, criticizing it. It was brutal honesty, and that turned their whole franchise
People are
around.
like, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, say it like it is. You know, you're not fooling anybody.
I mean, come on, 3 dirts in a show.
Right. We're not fooling
truth.
anybody. So they went through Reddit, and they're asking people for what brutally honest ad slogans would you give some popular products out there. They went through different categories, from food to things that were tech to things that we watch and we know, like YouTube. They said, where the world watches ads now.
Yeah.
And YouTube is suffering because of it. Boy, they're putting all these kind of ads on
Yeah.
everything they do now.
We know.
The thing I hate is when you have like an ad, you're watching something, and they put it in a place that doesn't make any sense on some of the longer shows. And I think there's a rule where anything that is over a certain length that they can drop an ad into it, but it's not like a commercial break. They don't know where to do it.
I think
It's choppy.
they do it
Yeah.
on purpose. Like, and then I killed her and I dumped the body. And now, if you want Nabisco treats, the commercial comes on right when he's giving you the punchline of the story.
Yeah, it's not in a natural place, and I think they just, at a certain time, it just kicks in an ad no matter what's going on. It's really annoying, and I don't think it's good for YouTube. But that would be a brutally honest ad slogan for them. Facebook, making it easier to stalk people since 2004. True.
Yeah, no, it's real easy to stalk. It sucks when you want to stalk somebody, but you're not their friend, so you can only get partial stalking going.
It almost feels like there should be something better for Facebook, where moms meet, or grandma, where your grandma hangs out. Something like that feels like it's better for Facebook these days. Brutally honest ad slogans for Internet Explorer, a great browser for downloading Chrome. Okay. You know, I always do that too. Whenever you get like a new computer, you use your Internet Explorer and you race right to go get Chrome.
Yeah, why wouldn't you not?
Different search engine. Taco Bell. You can make 32 different things with these 5 ingredients.
It is.
There's a lot of the same. You're right.
And they keep downsizing. They've got less and less options
Yeah, and
every week.
And I think they're getting more expensive.
Well, the thing people keep selling me on when it comes to Taco Bell is they keep hitting up the fact that if you go, you can talk to them and they'll make some of the items that you know and love from their old menu, and they'll make a makeshift version of it. Then that being it. I don't know if it's true. Don't do the Taco Bell thing, but some people are saying you could do that.
To me, that's going to all be depending on who you're going to be talking to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you have some worker there that doesn't want to be helpful, you ain't getting what you want.
I'm thinking about the one Taco Bell I go to, and if I was to ask for a Mexi Melt, it'd be just complete hell.
It's not on the menu anymore, sir.
Exactly. I've asked for it before, and they don't. They just I've never had one say you can get it from them.
Okay.
It's off the menu.
Doesn't that always kind of feel like a way? Don't lie. A lot of these fast food places, they always try to sell how you can get it your way, and then you go there and you're like, it's anything but.
Yeah.
All you get is a headache.
The concept and what they show you on TV looks great. But then when you go, the practical application, it's all up to that worker at the window. And whatever kind of day they're having will predict what you get.
Well, I just go back to the Denny story when he went to Burger King, and they had that national contest about the video games, and everybody should have known. They had posters
There was
on
decals
the windows.
on
Yeah,
the
right.
windows talking about the giveaway.
And he asked about it. They didn't know what he was talking about. And then the manager didn't know what he was talking. Then the manager was snappy at him.
Didn't we have a story yesterday about somebody driving their car through a Taco Taco Bell because they were so frustrated.
Yeah.
I mean, aren't these fast food restaurants learning? I mean, something's going on. There's a massive breakdown between your workers and your customers.
Well, sometimes, too, you have the perfect storm. You got a pissy customer, and then you have an employee who doesn't care, and
Right.
they butt heads, and then they drive.
perfect storm.
They drive through the window.
Somebody's going to get run over. A brutally honest ad slogan for Hot Pockets. Every bite is a different temperature.
That's true.
They have not figured it out.
It's either lava or cold.
I don't get why Hot Pockets gets so much crap from people. They really do. Every time I talk about Hot Pockets, you think I'm talking about meth.
Yeah.
I think they're delicious.
A lot of chemicals, right? Is that what they get?
I don't know. They get massive hate.
They do,
What,
huh?
have you ever had a Hot Pocket?
I have. It's been a long time.
Teenage Virginia?
Probably, yeah. It's a youthful game.
I used to go on them lean pockets all the time.
The ham grosses me out, though. I don't know.
Aren't there ones that heat better than others?
Yeah, and it also depends on your microwave. They try to give you those silver
Sleeve.
like those Hot Pocket coffins you put in the microwave. I don't think they do any kind of difference. In fact, I like to just put them on a plate and cook them.
Okay. Let me see here. Other brutally honest ad slogans. Ramen noodles. You're going to get paid in a few days. Man, I remember that. You would know. You run out of money. You go get some ramen noodles. How much of those things? I remember when I used to get ramen noodles. I think they're like 10 cents a pack.
Yeah.
They're really cheap.
Are they
And the
still something like
best
that?
is Top Ramen. Oh,
What's that?
Top Ramen is a brand, and it is so good. It's my favorite.
Someone told me there's a ramen restaurant around these parts. I'd love to go to that.
Yeah, ramen made a little resurgence. So a lot of people are like doing ramen, but elevating it, like adding like all kinds of fun, fresh ingredients, herbs. You put a little hard-boiled egg in there. You put like some chicken meat.
I guess you could do a lot with the ramen restaurant.
Oh, you could.
You could do an Italian ramen. You could do cheese.
Yeah.
I think ramen's as
marinara.
popular as it's ever been right now. I
Yeah.
know my daughter eats it a ton, and I think they have ramen restaurants.
They
and things
do.
like that. That's such a big
Absolutely.
deal.
It's a big deal right now.
Okay. Let me see here. Got other brutally honest ad slogans. Q-tips. From a liability standpoint, we got to say don't stick them in your ears. But we're not your mother, so do what you want.
They feel so good, man.
I've been battling that because I went through this thing for a while where I didn't use Q-tips just because they say you're not supposed to use Q-tips. So I just try other little things, and I started having all these problems with my ears, and it just wasn't working. One day I said, you know what, screw it. I went back to the Q-tip, and I've never been happier.
Q-tip did to me. It really gets it clean.
Well, when I look at the Q-tip and I see the stuff on it that comes out of my ear, I'm like, I can never let the Q-tip go. I've got to clean my ears, and this is the only apparatus I've ever been able to do it with.
The only thing I would say that's just about as good, but it's a little bit more painful. In fact, it gives me a headache, but it really gets it clean. You take some toilet paper or some paper towel, and you almost kind of roll like a big wonder joint with it, and then you put it in your ear and twist, and you turn, and you twist that baby, and it gets it real clean.
Does it really?
Interesting.
How else do you do it?
Finger,
That doesn't get it clean enough, dog.
pen cap,
Oh, you're making me nauseous. Oh my God.
stick pen.
That's the worst.
You know people do that in the office. They clean their ear and they put the pen back.
Yeah, that's completely dangerous. The other thing that's dangerous too is to try to multitask when you're cleaning your ears. I learned it the hard way. One time I had all this stuff going on. I was brushing my teeth. I was trying to rush out. Had a Q-tip in my ear. Forgot I had an itch on the other side of my head. I went like this to scratch it, and my arm hit the Q-tip and just about. Yeah, right.
I don't like it.
Right. Don't do
Oh,
it.
you touch your brain.
Do not leave a Q-tip hanging out of your ear, dog.
But on the other end, when it's oh so gentle but slightly firm, it kind of scratches that itch for you. It feels real good.
They call it an eargasm, and
Yes.
there's nothing better than when you're just, oh man, it feels so great. There's just nothing like it.
That and when I accidentally nick my nose and then I sneeze, or I nick my eyeball and it's something relaxing about that.
Yeah?
It's kind of like it's like you're talking about the eargasm. It's a
That's your thing, huh?
sneeze-gasm.
Okay. All right. You love sneezing.
Different but same.
Another brutally honest ad slogan, one for Ikea. Come for the meatballs. Stay because you can't find your way out. You ever been in the Ikea? I know they got a big one right there on the Sawgrass.
It's massive. And if you don't get the map, you will get lost.
Is the meatball game that good?
They do have a good Swedish meatball.
Heard that, yeah.
And you can buy them, too, like in a big bag.
That's such an interesting concept to me. You're at the store,
bag.
and then you're getting food. I love it.
They're a Swedish company, so I think, Swedish meatballs are a thing.
You should see that more often at just regular stores or people are serving food. That's kind of cool.
Some people are doing it now. I think that's kind of a little bit of the Whole Foods concept a little bit, where they try to kind of have that experience where you might, to me, it'd be, and I know they'll have bars sometimes at some of them where you go and you get yourself a beverage and kind of walk around, do your shopping, maybe stroll a little bit, spend more time and money.
You go to a car dealership, have someone walking around with cheese puffs.
Yeah. That's your thing.
Get all the dust all over the new car.
I'm just saying, there's a way to do it.
Brutally honest ad slogan for Altoids. They come with a free box. You'll put junk in. I had that. We get Altoids. I've really kind of got on an Altoid kick here lately. They're just kind of yummy and fun. But yeah, I hate to throw away that box, that little tin, because it's so nice. I'm like, so I keep trying to stockpile them somewhere. I'm like, I feel like I might need them.
I can definitely repurpose this.
Right.
Oh, I could use them for some, I'm going to sound like a dork, but for some Star Wars figure dioramas. I could use those as stormtrooper coffins.
I now know what to do with my Altoid tins. Give them to Jaybird. And for the yellow pages, here, throw this away. That's pretty much what we're using them for today. All right, there you go. Coming up here in the KVJ Show, is it a big day in your house like it is in mine? They've got those FSAs going on today, so some parents are saying, hey, can you give a little shout out to my kid? Yeah, I don't know. What do? Do you have a strategy to get your kid ready? We actually got out of the house early today, which never happens. And I think it's all because we're all amped up about these FSAs today, where this is a big test. And I thought they had gotten rid of these things, but apparently they're still around. So today's a big testing day. Does your daughter have to go through this, Virginia?
I think that some of the kids in her school are. She's about to do the SATs. So she's doing prep for that. And then, I don't know.
Yeah.
You sound like you kind of...
I know I got emails from her school, but I get so many of them. I don't read them.
That's like
I don't read them.
I get like 10 a week. I'm like, all right.
It's kind of like me at work.
It's a lot.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. For people who actually read the email, you're well aware your kid's got some kind of testing that is going on today. So luck to all the kids out there. Go crush it today. I don't even know who this is, but apparently it's a big deal in my household. There's this dude that left that show Bridgerton that is real big on Netflix.
Yes, he was the heartthrob, Kevin. He was the reason that a lot of ladies were like swooning.
Oh, my wife was losing it. She couldn't believe it. And I'm like, it doesn't mean anything to me. I've never seen one episode of that show, but I know it's very popular. And some people were saying that he left because he got an offer to be the new James Bond.
Oh, I could see that.
Which I guess, being the new James Bond would be bigger than being the heartthrob on Bridgerton on Netflix, right?
Absolutely.
I would think.
You want to be Bond. There's certain characters you want to shot at.
That's one
Bond.
where, you'd absolutely trade it off.
There's a chance it could go wrong, but you still take the chance.
After the success of Bridgerton, and a lot of it was all around him, he could probably write his own ticket and do anything.
There's always that thing, and I've seen other actors do it, where to me, like I said, the self-assessment of knowing your value and how good you are is one of the most powerful things you can have as a human being, just to have that self-assessment. Because one, either we undervalue or we overvalue ourselves. But knowing exactly where you are, what you should be paid, what kind of job you should have is such a great skill. I remember when I was a kid, there was this very popular TV show on called Cheers. And there was this actress that was on there. And to me, I actually thought she was kind of the weak link and the annoying part, but somehow she got a big head about who she was. Her name was Shelley Long.
Yes.
And she left the show right like in its prime. It was doing great. And she was doing great. she thought she was going to be a big movie star, and she did Camp something or other.
Troop Beverly Hills.
Troop Beverly Hills,
Now,
right.
I loved that movie, but to Kevin's point, it's a crappy movie.
And that was it. And her career tanked, and there was nothing else after it.
What's weird is she read that script and goes, "Yeah, this is definitely better. This is gonna be the big move after Cheers." It's weird that she did that one.
It's one of the most baffling career moves, and there's been a few, and I was trying to think of like what are the most baffling career moves you've ever seen from somebody in acting.
The one Natalie Portman doing How High, I thought that was it How High? She did some stoner movie. Maybe not that. I forget the name of it, but it was not well received. It was one of those goofy, set in like medieval times.
Yeah.
And I thought, why is she doing this?
Right.
And it tanked.
Well, to me, it's you jump from a cushy, regular, stable gig to go to the big time. And, every now and then you've got to do that. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that have. I mean, remember George Clooney with ER?
Sure.
He was on, that primetime. ER was big, doing great. And George Clooney gets too big for his britches and decides to jump out. But you know what? It kind of worked out for him, right?
It did.
So he knew how to do it. Shelley Long is the other side of that story. Steve Carell, he jumped off from The Office when it was pretty popular. He had a little bit going on before, but I would say it was worth his while, right?
Well, he already had some big movies under his belt, and his star was completely rising at that point.
It was a good time for him to leave.
Yeah, he had done enough.
Yeah. So whoever it's R-E-G-E Jean Page?
Yeah.
What is that name? I don't even know who this guy is.
Regé-Jean?
Yeah, you're the French influence.
Wow, that's so impressive how you can do that with your mouth.
Wow.
He's a good-looking man.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
What do you make a good-looking Bond? I got to find out who this guy is because I don't even know what he looks like.
He'd be a great Bond.
Yeah, it was a name because I care about Bond. I don't care about Bridgerton.
Yeah. Bridgerton doesn't care about you either.
I know. You know what? I even thought maybe, oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, that guy could do it. That'd be a cool looking Bond.
He'd kill it.
Yeah, he'd do all right. And he's from London. He's 31. Yeah, this guy would work out well.
I tried getting into Bond because I've never really ever seen them.
Bond is cool.
That's what everyone tells me that, and I started off with one, and then I went on Twitter and said, "Well, I started off with this one." No, it's the wrong one.
Bond
Did it
is
wrong.
sophisticated.
Do you start with the one back in the day, or are they too old?
I think there's many back in the day.
That's what I'm saying. Do you start with the olden times one?
Yeah, why not?
'Cause do they still play?
I think so.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Let me see here. Somebody said that he was only supposed to do one season, and he's not really a big character in the next season. It's about his brother, so maybe it's not that big for Bridgerton. But the guy's stepping out. I guess we'll see if the rumors are true. Is he going to be the next big James Bond actor? You were talking yesterday about how well Paul Rudd has aged. He's 52 today.
He looks better than some of the young cats in that commercial. You have Drake, you have Aaron Rodgers in there, there's someone else. And I would argue Paul Rudd looks the best out of any of them.
He's doing very well. Whatever Paul Rudd is doing, I need to duplicate it because he looks great at 52. Billy D. Williams from your old Star Wars saga is turning 84 today.
He looks great too.
Yeah, he's doing very well for himself. Two guys that age well. Also got some other birthday shout-outs like Ashley. It's her 21st. To the girl that gave us 24-inch lion. Can she get a birthday shout-out?
24-inch lion.
I assume that's a inside joke that they would get and no one else would.
24-inch lion.
That sounds familiar.
Is that from How High? Denny's knows when you're high, the lion?
I think it's something that we said.
Yeah, I think that's from a segment we did.
Yeah,
okay.
it is.
We don't remember our own
The
material.
24-inch lion. It was so intimidating.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes
But it's a
sense.
tiny
or maybe
lion.
Denny's animal or people. I don't know the name of any of our segments, by the way.
Yeah, it was us. It was our inside joke.
Colton, happy 13th birthday. You're awesome. Very proud of you. Mom, Dad, Corbin, and Captain. Also got a birthday shout out to my son Carson. He is turning 11. Happy birthday, Kelly, sending that in to us. Also got a happy 29th to Rachel. Enjoy the legal weed.
Oh.
It says there. Okay. And happy 13th birthday. I think we got that Colton Schmidt, love mom, dad, and Corbin. So, got a birthday you want to get to the KVJ Show? Let us know. Mail at kvjshow.com. MAIL at kvjshow.com. Today's National Twinkie Day. Don't know if you knew that.
I did not.
Celebrate or not with a Twinkie.
You'd think I'd love the Twinkie, but it's not my favorite.
Yeah.
I thought they could do better.
That's so odd. I would imagine you like it because it's a spongy cake. It's got the cream in it. I always found it to be absolutely delicious.
I love the texture. I love the cream. I don't love the taste. And it's almost, and I can't believe I'm saying this, too chemically. There's
Really?
too many not good chemicals. They don't taste good.
There was always a rumor about a Twinkie is they had a shelf life of about 100 years.
Yeah, and when they're super duper fresh, though, I do think the moistness of the Twinkie, I like a moist cake.
I do
Oh, yeah.
too. I love it moist.
Yeah. Do they ever do a chocolate-covered Twinkie?
They have, yeah.
That's smart.
It is.
Not a chocolate cake. You still do the regular type vanilla cake, but you just do like a chocolate glaze.
I like
I'd like to try that.
I like the Hostess cupcakes with the cream in there. They have those little circle things on the top with the frosting. Oh man, I could eat so many of them.
I think so. Do you think you could fit a whole cupcake in your mouth at one time?
Oh, the cupcake is easy.
Yeah. I'm thinking about the big dog. That's easy? The one they had two that would come in the plastic tins? Has the squiggly white icing on top of the chocolate icing? Is that the one you're talking about, the Hostess?
Yeah, that one I could easily.
You think you could get that whole thing in your mouth?
And eat it? Yes.
I don't know.
Do you have one?
I wish I did. I'd love to see
It's
you.
been a while since I had one, but I'm thinking about how big those things were.
Do you send Sweet Denny to the gas station? I can put that in my mouth and eat it within one bite.
We might have to.
Well, I mean, so when I say one bite, I can put the whole thing in my mouth and get it down. I may do a couple bites in there.
Could you close your lips? Could you get it in your mouth and close your lips?
Yes.
Oh, you're an athlete.
Well, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay. Maybe we have to put this to the test. Yeah, we'll send Denny's across the street to the gas station.
I love it. Yeah, just give me the biggest cupcake you can get, and I will shove that thing in my mouth.
Okay.
I want give me a honey bun. I think
wow.
I get a whole honey bun in my mouth. Honey bun's even bigger.
Okay, we'll see. Can Jaybird cram these snack cakes in his face in one bite?
We have honey buns, I think, on the vending machine.
You put together the list. I would like, hopefully, do they have a Hostess at that gas station, the ones I'm talking about, or no?
Yeah, they do.
They would have those? Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking about. And it is Twinkie Day. Maybe we should get a Twinkie, too.
I love it. You know
you
what?
could easily get a Twinkie in your mouth, right? Don't you think, Virginia?
Oh, definitely.
I think so.
All right. You guys need anything else? Because I'm going to send Sweet Denny's to the gas station.
Okay, all right.
Snacks galore.
He's so excited.
Oh, he's loving this. He's loving this. It's gonna be
Happy
his day.
Twinkie Day.
Is there anything you can do when your kid is sneaking out of the house? Got frustrated in Juno Beach that sent us this email, mail at kvjshow.com. And it says, my 16-year-old daughter keeps sneaking out of the house and she won't stop. She's smoking, drinking. My husband and I have tried being supportive parents, and it's all because of this new punk that she's talking to.
Oh, boy.
He just moved into our neighborhood, and he's been influencing my daughter to do things she normally would not do. And she always says that she understands when we talk to her about why she can't do these kind of things, and she'll apologize, but then she'll wind up doing it again. We try grounding her, but she still sneaks out. So how do I get my daughter to not do these things while also not driving her away from us as parents? It's a great question. It's a tough age. And
So tough.
I think it's like every parent's nightmare to have that rebellious kid that is doing these kind of things that could get them in a lot of trouble, and you realize how much trouble they could get in, and they don't realize how much trouble they could get in.
Well, especially if you sit down and have a heart-to-heart, and like, I'm sorry, I understand, and you think they have an understanding of the conversation, and they just Benedict Arnold you again and do it to you.
It just shows you the influence this guy has that she's been hanging out with.
Oh, this guy's the reason why she's smoking, drinking. He's a little. I bet he's a little older. I bet he drives a hot rod of a car.
Somebody's suggesting to put up hurricane windows or shutters. Take away the privilege of actually having sunlight in your room. That's an interesting approach, and that is hardcore.
That's jail.
But if she wants to sneak out, she's going to figure a way out a door.
She will. Hurricane shutters or windows, she'll get out.
Well, that takes one easy way if she's climbing out the window
Sure.
to do it. And then as far as like keeping them from going out of the house, I do know that at our house, if you open a door, it beeps. You know, deet, deet. So I'm wondering if there's something you can set, some kind of sensor that would be enough to wake you up if one of the doors or windows opens up in the house, that you get a notice. It seems like the technology would be there to do it.
Oh, there is. And you can have sensors on every window and every door.
As a parent, because I'm going to ask you this, Kev, because you have older kids.
Yeah.
Since you've been a dad, you know, you grow up with your kids, you have such great moments with them.
Yeah.
Do you remember a time where they did something and it kind of shot you right through the heart to go, oh, man, that really hurt me as a dad? Or does that not happen in your family? Do you not have that kind of mindset?
They did something like sneaking out?
Just something
that
where,
really disappointed you?
Yeah, or it just, maybe they said something to you where it kind of took you back a bit. You're like, damn, that hurt. That legit hurt.
No, I keep drinking to forget those moments.
Okay, that's an interesting approach.
I can't remember.
I can't remember anything. I'm always too blacked out drunk. Somebody said, try this. One time when I snuck out as a teenager, my parents locked the doors so I couldn't get back in. I did not sneak out again. Okay. Interesting.
I mean, does fear work?
Well, it sounds like they're kind of trying that. They're trying to talk to them, and, you know, everybody's got different approaches on this. Everything from beat her butt, to lock her out, to put up the windows, to turn on the alarm system.
You got to be careful when you hit a 16-year-old because
Yeah.
sometimes they hit you back.
It doesn't really have a nice feel to it. I don't think violence with your 16-year-old is the
What, you
way.
spank your 16-year-old? Good luck with that.
It's weird.
I'm serious. When you start hitting kids that age, don't be shocked if they hit you back.
Somebody said, like, at the Dollar Tree, you can go, they have peel and stick alarms that you can put anywhere on a window or a door, and if you open it, it goes off like a freaking alarm, scares the crap out of whoever did it. Okay.
This kid doesn't sound like she's scared of beeps and bleeps. She'll go right through those
Well,
things.
you'll know, and then that way you can go out and say, hey, where are you going? You're not leaving.
Oh, man, that hot rod, the car will be running. She'll be halfway down the street.
Yeah, well, then she would get everything cut off. Like, you would not have privileges for anything at all. And it's like, okay, if you want to live this life of misery, if you want to do it your way, then you know what? Go ahead and live on your own. In fact, you're going to pay for food, and I'm not going to buy you food. I'm not going to buy you clothes. I'm not going to get you anything.
I mean, to me, you cut everything. I mean, I would give the food. I'd give the basic necessities. But
I would give you ramen. You would eat like you're in prison. You would have water, and you'd have enough to sustain life, and that'd be about it.
No phone, no computer, nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe take her out of the environment for a little bit, too. It sounds like you guys could use a little family time away from this dude that's influencing her, and maybe with some family bonding and not him in the picture every single day, you can get through to her.
I mean, I don't want to take away your video games, but you made me do this.
Doesn't this sound like one of those 80s movies, like an Uncle Buck, where you've got the rebellious teenager, and then at the end they come around?
And
Yeah.
what worked? Uncle Buck threatening the guy, and guess what? The guy never came around again.
That's one of those movies that they had in the 80s. You cannot do what Uncle Buck did today.
Fear.
Uncle Buck would be in prison for 20 years.
I go back to fear. Doesn't work.
Yeah. Other things you can do as options if you got a teenager that's sneaking out. Home Depot sells window locks that go on the tracks. I have seen that, but I think you can just well, it has a key lock feature, somebody said, sold in the security section.
So we're talking literally locking her in her room.
You would, especially if you have the slide windows. I know we have it on that. You're able to actually lock the slide window so that it would not open. Of course, then you got problems if you have a fire, but, you know.
And the thing, too, is if all she's got to say is, my parents are locking me in my room. Just go on Twitter. She'll go to school, go on Twitter and say, my parents are imprisoning me. And then the parents will be canceled.
Somebody had said that the way I used to get around it, if you have that alarm on the windows, I would have my window already open, cracked at night. Been there, done that. So that it doesn't beep because it's already beeped and your parents may not realize that the window is cracked. So that, because what it is two sensors aligning.
Right.
The kid's going to find a way to home alone this situation and get out.
I think you're right. And then once the parents go to sleep, she can just shimmy out a door.
Because the kid's got more energy than you parents. And I don't mean that as a slight. That kid's thinking of every way and every opportunity to get out of that house. You're working, you're doing stuff. You're going to take your eye off the ball eventually.
You're right.
Somebody said my grandma used to put cactuses under my window.
Now that is old school.
That's what
Sticker
they
bush.
used to do. Yeah.
I mean, that kind of worked.
That's what they used to do. Somebody said when I was in high school, my little sister kept sneaking out of the house to go see guys. And one night my dad hid in our parked car in the driveway, waiting for the kid to approach and basically ambushed him and scared him within an inch of his life. And he never showed his face at our house again.
Nice.
So you need a threatening dad or go hire somebody that is threatening.
Can you threaten another kid to eat? Not in modern
Again,
times?
I don't know. Things in
know.
the 80s and 90s were a little bit different than they are these days.
I think you could hide behind a car and jump out and scare him, but you just got to make sure that you do scare him and that he doesn't like try to fight you
And also, yeah, because that's really deflating when a teenager kicks your ass.
in your own driveway.
Maybe you can scare him, but he doesn't have to know it's you. Just wear a creepy mask and scare him.
Right.
Yeah.
This is bad advice.
This is terrible advice, but you know, desperate times.
Well, hopefully these suggestions helped out our desperate person in Jensen Beach, frustrated in Juno Beach, sorry. And for anybody else, if you got any more suggestions, you can let us know, 877-979-WRMF. Somebody had taken a photo of the Hostess cakes at the local gas station. They said they do have them over here, and yeah, they're what I thought. It's impressive. If you can cram that whole thing in your pie hole, bird, in one bite.
Sweet Denny's is, as we speak, buying the stuff. He's buying a bunch of stuff. He even suggests, what about a chocolate muffin? I go, perfect.
Okay.
Oh, muffin is definitely bigger than a cupcake.
Oh, look, he's here.
Wow.
Just like
Yeah.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, look
Say
at
his
that.
name and boom.
What do we have here for coming up here for Jaybird's One Bite Challenge?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, let me
I
see
love
those. I wanna
those.
see
That's
if
Little
they're-
Debbie style. It's the same.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Oh, yeah. I think I was thinking about the Hostess one.
I
think
was
the-
too, but it's the
But I
same.
think the Hostess are bigger than these. So I think the Little Debbie.
I don't know, Kev.
I think you can do the Little Debbie. I'm holding that up to KVJ
those are the
TV.
same size. I don't want to get into a snack
they
debate.
really?
Yeah, they are.
Wow. Maybe it's just because I was a smaller child.
Look at that.
Okay, that is a banana nut muffin.
That's huge.
Okay.
That's bigger than the
Can you do that in one bite?
child's play.
All right, Jaybird's going to have a fun little challenge coming up here.
Oh, gansito.
What is that? What's a ganzito?
It's the Hispanic pastry snack.
Is it? Okay.
Honey bun?
Oh, okay. A whole honey bun in your pie hole?
Oh, yes. Okay. We got some vanilla ones.
Oh, those are good too.
What is that? That's a big dog there. What is that?
I don't know. It's the low-budget
Conchas?
Pillsbury.
Those are Mexican. I've seen those before in San Antonio.
Really?
Yeah, those are the good ones.
Conchas.
Are
Okay.
these a big deal?
Yeah. Those are very, very like a Hispanic pastry. Those are yummy.
Okay. All right. We'll see just how big that mouth is. Jaybird with his one bite challenge on the way next.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Today is National Twinkie Day. And we're talking about the challenge of cramming one whole Twinkie in your pie hole. I think that'd be easier to do, but that's a lot of fun, isn't it? Just cramming down a big old Twinkie right there in your face and then try to eat that. That's a young man's game.
Yeah, people are saying the one we have is. Did you say these?
Gansito.
Yeah, this is the.
Hispanic Twinkie.
It's the Hispanic Twinkie. That's what everyone's telling us.
How about that?
Yeah.
I
Is
love
that
it.
they kind of equal in size, do you think?
It's got a raspberry in the middle, though,
Yeah.
instead of the
Ooh.
white cream. I like it better.
They're equal in size. I do want to tell you, Kev, this is going to be way easy. This is not
Yeah,
going
that
to
one
be a
doesn't look
challenge.
like a challenge now. I think this cupcake right here is a little bit of a challenge. It's, I for some reason was thinking they were a little bit bigger. That's going to be a challenge. I think you can start with this right here. I'm just kind of curious. I think you can get this, right?
I know for a fact I can get that. To be quite honest with you, this is the challenge. I'll eat that cupcake if you want me to.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Let me see what you got here. So let's take a look at all the options we have here for a one-bite challenge. That is one of the cellophane muffins that you have in one hand. It is a banana nut. And if you've seen the gas station muffins, that's about how big it is. Don't know about the diameter, but that is impressive. It is, I would say, about almost the size of slightly smaller than a McDonald's cheeseburger. Slightly smaller, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Not about right?
Yeah, I would say it's a little bigger.
Would you?
Actually, yeah. I mean, because that to me, that's more shaped almost like a Big Mac. because of the thick, how deep it goes down.
It does have a little bit more depth.
It may not be as, although that might be the same size as a Big Mac, dog.
You think that's a Big Mac size?
Maybe not as big, but it's definitely bigger than a cheeseburger.
Okay. Well, I don't want to argue with you. You definitely know the sizes more than
He's
me.
done the work.
Well, it's
Yeah.
like I keep arguing with Kevin about snacks. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm getting a whole new perspective here.
We also have these babies. Virginia speaks highly of these.
Oh, conchas.
I've never had one of those.
You haven't.
I've had them fresh made at a real Mexican bakery in San Antonio. My mom always brings me to. I've never had them out of cellophane.
I have pizza here too. Slices of
Oh, wow.
pizza.
Okay. Now that might be a challenge.
I mean, I got it all here.
All right. Well, let's probably start with the muffin that you have in front of you as a one-bite challenge.
Okay, so when we say one bite challenge, am I able to put the whole thing in my mouth and then work her down?
Yeah, you
Yes.
can. Yeah.
Okay, that would count.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I don't have to take one bite and then swallow.
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
As
it's
long
fit-
as it all goes in.
It's fitting the whole thing
Ooh.
in your mouth. And in fact, I think I've seen somebody do this with a Big Mac where they take it and they just kind of keep working it in their mouth.
580 calories in one muff?
That's a meal right there.
That is a meal.
Yeah, it is.
That's a lot.
Do you think I can do this?
That right there is, boy, you're going to be right at the tip. I think you're going to just do that one.
I think you want to do it, but can your mouth expand that big?
Yeah, I'm allowed to smush and push.
Yeah.
I can smush and push?
Yeah, you can smush, push, work in your mouth. Denny, you might want to stand by for the Heimlich.
He does. He saved me before.
I know.
He's actually saved me a couple of times.
He's your lifesaver. Okay, we'll have Denny's ready here to dig out any muffin.
Wait, I just had a nut. Just kind of. This is good. This is good.
Yeah.
I can tell it's good because it's 580 calories. All right.
Okay.
You ready?
All right, let's see. One bite challenge. You think he's going to do it, Virginia?
I think he's going to come up short.
You do?
I just think the muffin's too big for him.
I will say the thing that's going to be the challenge is when it gets dry and chokes me out. That's going to be this is a lot. There's a lot of muffin.
Okay. All right, let's see if the bird can do it here. He's going for this big old gas station store-bought muffin, trying to work it all into his mouth. Got to get that thing open wide. He's going, he's smushing and pushing. He's got the top part. He's working the edges in. Now he's having to push the bottom up into his mouth. Thing gets a little bit crumbly.
Oh, my.
He's got some of it falling off to the sides, but for the most part, he's getting a majority of it in his mouth. It is in. Okay. He can almost close his mouth.
Wow, look at this.
That is very, very impressive. And he's getting all the crumbs now, and he's pushing those in to make sure that he follows that. That is really a meal on the go. You could do that. What are you trying to do? You trying to do two at one time? He's going for the chocolate Twinkie. The Hispanic. Oh, you're going to do that with the muffin? Whoa. Oh, that is actually a white cream. That looks delicious. Okay. Whoa. Now he's just showing off, Virginia. He's got a muffin and a Twinkie in his mouth at one time.
Wow.
Gosh, hello. That is worth a salute.
How are you still single?
Yeah, don't get the boy laughing. Oh, he's got tears welling up in his eyes. He's got tears welling up in his eyes. Okay, he's going to work that down. I'm going to give him a second to work that down. But he has got that one all set. Now he's got a big old challenge coming up here in a second. Denny's, what items does he have over there that he's still going to try to work on?
He says more.
Oh, yeah. Okay, not at once. Okay.
We got the conchas.
Okay.
We also got the honey bun, which
Oh,
I think
yeah.
he'll pound that thing.
Big old
I
sticky
think
bun.
I'll do the honey bun. Yeah, the other...
Another gansito.
Yes, one left.
Yeah, he can do that. That's a walk in the park. A whole piece of pizza. You think you can do that, Virginia?
I mean, I didn't think he would put down the muffin like he did. I underestimated him.
That's a full New York slice of pie right there. Oh, how you doing? You need Denny's to come in and help you yet? Okay, he's working it down. This guy's here to impress. Okay, so we'll let Jaybird chew, and then we'll give him another challenge here. He's passed the first one already. Oh, okay. You say he's got to get it down. Okay.
He's trying.
All right. We'll let him continue to chew and work on that. We'll see if we have a success coming up here in a second and another challenge possibly from the bird. You can watch all this amazement right here. If you've already eaten, you can go and see Jaybird devouring his breakfast as well on KVJ TV. He's done. He did it. Bird was able to accomplish the feat. He knocked down a big old gas station muffin, and just for good measure, Virginia, he threw a Spanish Twinkie in with it.
I saw that.
So just so you know, if you're playing along at home, it does not count if you don't swallow all the food.
Yeah.
Putting it in the mouth is the easy part. Getting it down there like a snake is the hard. You gotta shimmy your throat hole.
Yeah. Oh, you did it.
I got strong throat hole muscles.
I mean, newfound respect.
If you had to guess, because that Spanish Twinkie you knocked down no problem, how many of those do you think you could take? I think you could do
In
4.
I could do.
I think you do 5.
I could do a whole box.
No, you could. How
Yes,
many's
I
in a
could.
box?
I could do.
How many's in a
I
box?
could do at least. I could do at least 12 of those. I could do a dozen of those. I know.
And a
If I
one-bite
can
challenge?
If I can smush and push,
You can smush and push.
12 with 12 and maybe 15 on a Sunday.
I don't know, Virginia. You think 12? I was going to say 5.
I
Seems
mean,
like 5. Look at
you've
those.
never looked sexier.
Well,
I like. Come on.
whatever.
Yeah, he's
I'm not-
chasing greatness right now.
I'm not trying.
I know.
Women love greatness.
I'm not trying to attract a woman like Virginia.
Okay, so you took down that muffin. Now, what would you say is the harder challenge? Because we started easier and we're working our way up. Is a piece of pizza even a challenge for you?
To be quite honest with you, Kev, I think we started like that muffin. To me, was the biggest thing
You
we
think
had.
that was the hardest?
That was hard. It was dense. It was heavy. It was tough to swallow. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll eat all this stuff all day long, like a junkyard dog. Whatever you need. I just don't want it to
Yeah.
be.
No, I hear you.
I mean, pizza.
Anticlimactic, one whole piece in your pie hole. You don't have to swallow that down. Just see if it fits. Go ahead, see if you can cram it. Okay, he's got one whole Italian slice of pizza, New York style. That's all in there. He's
It
got
all
that.
went.
Yeah, wow. Dang, and you still got room for probably another Twinkie.
You're going to put another one of those gancitos in there?
Yeah, you don't need to. Yeah, you don't need to. Yeah, go ahead. No.
Eat the pizza.
You think he can do that Mexican pastry, Virginia?
The big round bun?
Yeah, the big round bun. Yeah, that has a questionably dirty name.
I think, yeah.
You think so?
I do, because he took down the muffin. The muffin was the biggest thing we had.
Yeah. That thing is, would that be the Mexican pastry? Would that be about the diameter? You ever seen when you go in, is it the Auntie Anne's that does the cinnamon rolls? Who is it that does those?
Oh,
You've seen them all.
Cinnabon.
Cinnabon. Would you say?
Auntie Anne does the pretzel.
Okay. Would you say that is about the diameter of a Cinnabon?
I think the Cinnabons are bigger.
Are
they are.
they?
They're really massive.
You think you could do a Cinnabon in one bite? That's another day.
It'd
for
be
another
fun to
challenge.
watch.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'm just already thinking of so many different challenges now that we realize we got a true competitor here. We might have to.
I just said I have to eat all the pizza.
Yeah,
I
you're
mean,
okay.
You know I could do
You're
it.
good.
All right,
Yeah.
I want to save some room if we are doing any more.
Yeah, no.
I'm not trying to get out of the pizza challenge, but I'll.
You're good. You know, I think I can bring that back. We can come up with we can do this a couple times.
Bigger dog. Not
Yeah.
to sound like a size queen, but I think I need
Yeah,
bigger.
yeah, we need a bigger challenge.
What
We-
would be bigger? What? I mean, a whole cake?
I like I think a Cinnabon would be a good challenge for you to see if you can do a one-bite challenge with a Cinnabon. What about a Whopper? You think you could do a Whopper?
What about a Waffle House waffle?
It's so soft. I could.
You
bend
could
and-
get that
yeah.
whole thing in there.
It's almost like I need a whole turkey leg or something. But
Yeah, because I was thinking even like, I can't even imagine, is there a donut? Does somebody make a donut big enough? Because it's something like a Boston cream. I think he would get down no problem
so
in
easy.
one bite.
To me, at that point, it'd be how many Boston cream donuts can I fit in my mouth?
Yeah, to me, I think doing the box of Twinkie challenge, I think that could be a fun one.
You don't think I can get 12 in my mouth?
No, I do not.
That's insane. Okay, if I can't get
I'm
12
not
in my
buying
mouth,
that
you
one.
have to eat Twinkies.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like he always tried to get me to eat.
It is Twinkie Day.
It is. It is National Twinkie Day. Okay, there you go. Impressive feat by Jaybird. All right, we need somebody to jump on the line here. We're going to be doing a Denny's or animal. So we need an animal enthusiast. Somebody that loves their animals. Calls up 877-979-WRMF. 877-979-9763. And somebody was letting me know that apparently that Mexican pastry, that's a questionably bad name depending upon which Spanish country you might be in.
Oh, really?
Yes, it means a lady part in Argentina, Puerto Rico, and Chile.
It's called what? Conchas?
Yeah. Now, in some, it just means like a seashell, but usually in a lot of countries, they'll call them conchitas, little seashells.
Okay.
To avoid the confusion. But I guess maybe you could see where seashell and lady parts have a similarity. So in those countries I named, if you want to say something, in fact, you can, say that word and then put in a little de tu madre to say something really terrible.
We've learned a lot today.
Yes, we've definitely learned that if you want to say something very filthy, you can buy it as a Mexican pastry in Spanish. Okay, here we go. We got a couple of fun little scenarios here for Denny's or Animal, and our competitor is Melissa from Port St. Lucie. Hello, Melissa.
Hello.
Hello. Are you a big fan of animals?
Yes, I am, and huge fan of KVJ.
Wow, there we go. That's a perfect combination then.
We love you.
Okay, we've got some fun animal audio here. You just got to tell us, is this the real animal or is this our producer Denny's that is making this noise? Here, have you ever heard a wombat?
I love wombats. They're so cool.
Wombats will get you.
They will. They don't play, huh?
They're vicious.
Are they?
Yeah.
You know that for a fact, or is this fake Virginia facts?
I have a beer in my fridge right now, and it's called Trial by Wombat, and this
Yeah.
wombat's going...
That's not a real wombat. I gotta look this up.
Yeah, I mean, are real wombats really that aggressive?
I just want to. Do you know for a fact that wombats are mean to people?
They look mean on this beer that I got.
Yeah.
You're a regular Jack Hanna.
I mean, they're really not that big. They're in Australia. They're short-legged, muscular, quadrupedal marsupials, and they about maybe 40 inches in length.
They are adorable. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Wombats can charge humans, knock them over, break their bones, and cover them in bites and claw marks in a matter of seconds.
According to wombatlies.org.
Yeah, like, where are you getting that?
So she's making it. She's just,
No, I'm reading it right here. Wikipedia.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. They do have distinctive cubic feces.
Oh.
They make
They poo
Poop
out. They poo
cubes?
blocks. What is their beak? Well,
Yeah, they have a.
how does that even happen?
They have a butt square, I guess.
a squared butt.
Squared. Yeah.
Okay, fascinating. All right, well, there you go. Here is a wombat warding off a predator. Is this Denny's or Animal here, Melissa? Wow, that's crazy. That does sound a little fearsome, actually.
Doesn't sound that cute to me.
Yeah.
coming for
I
you.
don't know if I want to hug that.
He is going for your throat.
Yeah, never mind. What do you think? Is that Denny's or Animal, Melissa?
I'm going to have to say it's an animal.
That is an animal. Yeah, that's a real wombat.
She's locked in.
Yeah.
Gosh,
She knows what's up.
now I'm kind of afraid of the wombat. I take that back.
I'm going to bring you that beer. It's got the most intimidating looking wombat on the front of the can.
I want this wombat beer.
Trial by Wombat.
Yeah, you are saying that yeah, they will attack humans. Dang, they'll charge humans if they're startled. So don't startle a wombat. I guess if you hear that, you're in trouble. Here is a bear stealing honey from a honeycomb. What do you think? Is this a real bear or is this Denny's? There's bees. Growling. How about that?
Whoa, that sounds like a really hungry bear.
Yeah, well, they don't care. Have you ever seen that? There will be bees flying around, and they just keep going at it. What do you think about this, Melissa? Is that Denny's or Animal?
Oh, I think it's a sweet Denny's.
It is.
That is sweet Denny's. Some sweet bees. Even the bees sound peaceful in that. There's buzz, 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 buzz. Yeah, they're just very peaceful bees here. Yeah, they're fine. Okay. To get a perfect score, Melissa, you got one left. Denny's or Animal, we got a cow blocking traffic.
Get out of the way, cow!
Well, that's not very nice.
I mean, the production level of these clips are amazing.
Everyone's driving cars in the 70s.
It says yelling at a cow. Sounds a lot like Suits.
Melissa, what do you think? Is that Denny's or Animal?
Oh, that's Denny's and Suits.
No, you got the trifecta. Very nice. Very nice. All right, you're definitely an animal enthusiast. Perfect score today. Thank you for playing Denny's or Animal, Melissa.
Thank you. You guys have a great day. I love you.
Okay,
you
love you
too.
too. Okay, what do you think? Is this person a jerk for not giving up their airline seat? It said, I had recently had to fly across the U.S. to deal with certain company matters. My company apologized profusely to me because I am terrified of flying, but seeing as it would have been a 25-hour drive, I obliged. So for the trip, my company paid for my seat, but I decided to also reserve the seat next to mine. This is only an anxiety issue. I would have fit just fine into my seat, but if I needed to vomit or started to get panicky, I've got a little bit of room to move. At the very least, I want to have a buffer between myself and the next person. Plus COVID, all that kind of good stuff. So I had an aisle seat in a 3-person row, and people were shuffling around, changing their seats before takeoff. The seating arrangement was me, an open seat, which was mine, and a teenage girl that I placed around the 7th grade. Right before we started getting taxied, a middle-aged woman abruptly sat down in the middle seat and fist bumped the teenage girl. Immediately, I told her, ma'am, I'm sorry, but I've reserved that seat. Well, she started by being very considerate, and she said, yeah, I'm getting away from a bad situation. I really love to sit next to my daughter. And during this explanation, she repeatedly pointed out her daughter sitting next to her as if I would be some kind of monster if I deprived her of the right to sit in this seat next to her daughter. But, my anxiety was there, and I stuck to my guns, and I said, look, I understand. I'm sorry, though. I bought that seat, and I would like to have it. The cabin attendant came over and didn't help. He was like, going, really? You can't give that up to her? So here I now really look like a big old monster. Then he politely asked the woman, I'm sorry, ma'am. He won't give up his seat. You're going to have to move, which she did, not before calling me a D-head.
Oh.
Since she did this rather loudly, several people clearly were looking at this situation and thinking, I'm a complete jerk.
Well, they're looking at him going, is he a D-head?
Right. And now I guess I kind of feel bad about it now, but after arriving safely, I wonder, should I have just given up the seat? Am I the jerk? What do you think?
Oh, that's a tough one.
I mean, you did technically pay for it, so it's yours.
It's his seat. He had it for reasons that he wanted space. He wanted to be able to move.
And it's not like it was a mom and a little kid. I always give up anything and everything to a mom and a little kid. But a mom and a teen...
Yeah.
A teen can sit by themselves on the plane and it's going to be okay.
I mean, you bought it. You bought it with your own money. You have that seat.
I think you had that right.
Well,
yeah.
you do because you bought it. If you want to put a stack of pizza up there, you can. If you want to put a head of
do whatever
lettuce,
you want.
You bought that seat.
You could have
now,
your own doll.
It's going to be up to the person. It depends on the situation. I mean, I can see someone giving it up, but are you the jerk because you did it? No.
Well, there are things that people have as expectations that it's just the polite thing to do, and everybody has to abide by it. But we got to remember that people don't have to be polite, and they may have their own reasons. See, there was a depth here. She calls him a D-head. But this guy's got anxiety about flying. He doesn't want to be on the plane anyway.
He was afraid he was going to vomit, and he wanted an extra seat just in case it went down.
No, she's actually the jerk because it's not her seat, and she didn't buy it, and he bought it. You want the seat, you got to buy it.
Well, people are texting and saying, well, if he didn't want to be called a D-head, he should have told them why he bought the seat. But is that your responsibility?
He's not at a psychiatrist's office.
Yeah.
He bought it. It's his.
Somebody texted in and said, well, why didn't she book a ticket next to her child anyway? I don't know. I know certainly things can happen. And I think sometimes people don't really... That's one thing my family, we always do. My wife pays very specific attention to who's sitting where and does everything she can before she boards the plane to try to get us all together, if we can.
It's hard though sometimes, especially
is.
if you book last minute, like sometimes families do. All the family can't necessarily sit together.
Yeah.
But then when you get on the plane, sometimes you can talk to the people around you and shuffle around. But that's a hassle, man.
The mom's the jerk because she didn't plan accordingly. She didn't get her way. And when she didn't get her way,
Right.
she resorted to calling him names without even knowing his story. Mom's the jerk.
Mom's more of a
Big
definitely more of a
time.
jerk, yeah.
Absolutely. Buy your own seat.
Yeah, a lot of people are not ruling him as a jerk. A majority of people are saying, nah, you're good. You bought that seat. You get to use it if you do or don't want to. This email said, am I the jerk for not letting my Uber driver use my bathroom?
Oh, good Lord.
They said in this email, my Uber driver was nice, but I wasn't feeling it when he told me he really had to go and asked if he could use my bathroom. I told him I wasn't really comfortable with it and told him, hey, there's a Wawa that's less than 3 miles away. So he gives me a little attitude back. He's like, yeah, I'm a dude. I guess, I'm not worried that he's going to overpower me in my own home, but I still don't want a stranger potentially blowing up my bathroom during a pandemic. Am I a jerk?
No.
You're not a jerk.
You're not a jerk. I think it was way out of line for the Uber driver to ask to use your bathroom. And if you look in Uber's stuff, and I'm sure his employee handbook that he signed, you're not supposed to go into the customer's house and blow up their bathroom.
Now, I let him in only because the whole time I'm thinking, I cannot wait to talk about this on the show tomorrow.
Okay, yeah.
And this guy's pooping in my bathroom. Yeah, sure, man, blow it up.
Well, and it sounds like the way he's phrasing it, like he is going to have some kind of gastrointestinal issue, and that's
Yeah.
why it's such an emergency that he needs to come in and use your bathroom.
This ain't just a drop it like it's hot and run. No, he's gonna be doing
He's
some
gonna be there a
damage in
while.
there.
Yeah.
I'm very upset it's going on in my real life, but I go, it's great for the show.
Okay, so
yeah.
that's the only reason you do it. So you're not
Yes.
rude if you don't. Okay. This email somebody sent us here at mail@kvjshow.com says, am I the jerk for setting multiple alarms? My girlfriend and I live together. We got different schedules, and I have to go to work at 5:30 a.m., and I'm a heavy sleeper. So I have to set my phone and 2 other alarms to wake me up. My girlfriend's a light sleeper and is typically the one who wakes me up when she hears my alarms. She said that she then gets so riled up that she can't get back to sleep. She thinks I'm a jerk for not being considerate. Is she right?
No, she's not right. Some people sleep really heavy and they need multiple alarms.
Yeah.
And if this is the scenario, you guys need to sleep in separate bedrooms.
Absolutely, right?
Some people, to go back to your Uber scenario, kind of defending the Uber driver, like Mark in the chat room says, I would never deny anyone the use of a bathroom. Come on, people. Where is the kindness we all talk about and don't practice? Here's the thing, though, Mark.
Yeah, then when you invite them in, they murder you.
There's just too many weird stories. I would let the person poop, but I can also see why somebody would not let them, because you could go to probably a gas. There's other places you could go. You're in a car. I see both sides on this one.
Gas stations, fast food establishments, there are definite other places you can go.
Well, I think it goes back even to the airplane story of having the seat. There are certain considerations. You could go above and beyond and be nice, but you're not required to do that. And I don't think you're a jerk if you don't.
Exactly.
It's really nice if you do, but you don't have to, and you're not a jerk if you don't.
You're really #be cool if you let the Uber guy mess up your bathroom. You're really #be cool if you give up the plane ticket, but you're not the jerk.
I don't let any strangers in my house, and your Uber driver is a stranger. You don't let strangers in your house.
And it is weird to have your Uber driver want to blow up your bathroom.
That's not safe.
Yeah.
I love the debate, though.
Okay.
If I'm mean, then I'm mean, but I am sorry. There's no way.
Well, you got kids. I see both sides of this one. I do.
Look, I'll show him where there's a nice bush in the yard with some privacy. If he's got to drop it and it's an emergency, go by that tree.
I think that people defending the Uber driver, I think they've got bathroom issues.
Well, they obviously are big poopers.
They got the ibs.
Okay, and nobody's a jerk so far, but how about this one? Am I the jerk for never changing out the TP roll? I met my current wife in 1993. We got married in 2000, and since we started living together in the mid-90s, I have maintained my discipline and never changed out the toilet paper roll. Started simple, where the current roll would be down near the end, knowing that I'm going to have to start a new roll. So I would just start a new roll and put it back in the cabinet, leaving my wife to actually change out the new toilet paper roll on her next go-round. I know it's a small deal, but I am going to keep my streak going. Am I the jerk for not simply changing out the toilet paper roll sometimes?
I think you're weird
Yeah.
to go through all that effort just so you can say you've never changed the toilet paper roll.
Yeah, I don't really understand your rationale on that. It's a nice thing you can do. Again, we're talking about expectations, when you can be polite. Are you a jerk if you don't? When you have a committed relationship like this in a marriage where you're trying to find every opportunity you can to do something that's nice, changing out a toilet paper roll, I found in my own marriage, it's something they appreciate, because there is something annoying and aggravating when you sit down and clearly somebody there had used the last little swipe of TP and left a naked roll on there for you, and it seems rude. And so immediately in your mind, you're thinking the person I'm married to or that I live with is rude.
Or they leave that one square of TP stuck to the cardboard, and you're like, what am I going to do with that?
Right. So, yeah, I'd say you're kind of being a jerk on that one. That's just my thought.
Is it a superstition thing with him at this point? It feels like he doesn't want to do it. He can't do it because maybe he's superstitious about it. He's gone so long.
Well, you need to change it. And you may say, well, I've been married all these years. Why change now? You always need to be looking to get better in your marriage.
And you always need to look to make your partner happy. And if you can help out, help out.
Yeah.
I'm still mentally with the whole Uber situation. I'm still just working it out.
Well, you got an email. You can send it to us for Am I the Jerk? Just send it to mail@kvjshow.com, mail@kvjshow.com. Might want to check out YouTube, because coming up here in a couple of minutes, we are going to be doing a Raise Your Hand poll, finding out some interesting, revealing things about people on the KVJ show. Like, how many of us have actually gone to a psychiatrist? That is a hardcore one right there. How many KVJ show members have sat down in front of a psychiatrist? We'll find out next.
Coming up at 9 a.m., KVJ double your paycheck. Listen for your name at 9 a.m. and win up to $1,000.
Oh my gosh!
More KVJ Show next. Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Okay, we're going to get a percentage of KVJ show members that this applies to. And if you're watching us on KVJ TV on YouTube, you'll find exactly who answers what. And then today on the Unrated After the Show podcast, we'll get a little bit more details on this as well. The first one here is, I want the 5 members of the KVJ show here to raise your hand if you have ever been punched in the face out in public. Raise your hand. Where it wasn't in your home, wasn't in somebody else's home. It was out in public, on the streets, where other strangers could see it. Yes. It doesn't have to be that you were punched by a stranger, but you were punched in the face out in public. Okay, 3 out of 5. All right, 60% on that one. Okay. Raise your hand if you have ever gone to a psychiatrist. Not to a therapist, but a psychiatrist. Okay. We have got 40% of the KVJ show.
They are the ones that can prescribe medication.
I was going to say, what about a psychologist?
They
Yes.
don't
They can't.
have. They cannot.
They cannot.
They cannot write you no script.
Okay, three of the 5 hands are up on that one. Actually, it's 60% of the KVJ show. I know a lot of people are shocked it's not more.
It really should at least be 4 to 5, right?
yeah.
Obviously, the other ones are lying.
I don't think they are. That's a sad thing, Virginia.
Okay, raise your hand if you have shaved someone else's private parts. Ever done that? Okay. Well, that's 100%.
Wow.
Okay, everybody done that. Okay, raise your hand if you ever had sex more than 5 times in a day.
Oh, good Lord.
Okay, I know. All right.
With another person, correct? Yes.
Yes. 3 out of 5.
At home by yourself doesn't count.
Okay, 60% on that. High numbers today. And final one, raise your hand if you have ever done an illegal drug while broadcasting. You were doing a show and you had done an illegal drug while broadcasting. Okay, we got 4 out of
A bunch of pirates.
Oh, man.
Yeah, one person can't raise their hand because it's illegal.
suspiciously high numbers there. Okay, fascinating. Okay, there you go. So who exactly did what? If you're watching on KVJ TV, you know who answered in what way. And then on the After the Show podcast, coming up here, you can check it out as we stream it live on YouTube just after 10 o'clock this morning. You can always get it on demand as well. That is going to be coming up here today. And you can also download it for free on the 97.9 WRMF app.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Not very often that in all the calamities happening on planes these days that you see the flight attendant being escorted off of the plane.
Dang.
That's what happened on this Spirit Airlines flight in Orlando. There's a video that's going around about it that I had seen where there was a 2-year-old girl that had refused to wear a mask. And the male flight attendant then forced all of the passengers to deplane because this 2-year-old girl would not put on her mask. Made a big deal. He's like, everybody off the plane, everybody off the plane. A short time later, after they sorted through the chaos and what had happened, they told everybody to get back on the plane. And then there's video of police escorting the male flight attendant off the plane. So they said, enough of you, chucklehead.
Wow.
Because it was such a scene and a to-do and a big old fight. So.
He made it more dramatic than it needed to be.
Yeah, and I've heard that there are a lot of situations where they will allow, like under a certain age, for kids to not have to wear their masks so they understand it's tough to get it on them.
It's a difficult thing to keep a 2-year-old from peeing and pooping all over themselves. Wearing a mask is like nearly impossible.
Yeah.
It's just hard. They're babies.
Mm-hmm. Well, the male flight attendant was escorted off the plane by police for that incident, but no word if police were involved with this pilot on a Southwest Airlines flight from Philadelphia to Orlando last year who whipped out his junk in the cockpit.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Interesting name.
Yeah.
Why? What was his reasoning?
Well, I mean, he probably read the sign on the door.
It's like, oh, it's the pit.
Don't mind if I do. He's now facing charges of committing a lewd act. 35-year-old Stephen Moran from Vero Beach was in jail last month, and as he was getting out on bond, he decided to snatch one of the webcams off of one of the computers.
You can't do that.
When the cops noticed it missing, they traced it back to him, so on Thursday he was arrested again for theft.
It took him long to figure it out, though.
Yeah. I guess they had to put together, look at surveillance.
Like, wait a minute, what just happened?
Mm-hmm.
That was about just, hey, I took a camera from the police station.
Odd sting over in Lee County on the west coast of Florida. There is a sheriff's office technology specialist that got suspended for 3 days after she was the one caught on video recordings having sex while on duty.
Whoa.
Yeah, the sheriff's office learned about the misconduct while investigating a video voyeurism case involving a former sheriff's office mechanic. The mechanic got arrested in February, accused of installing a hidden camera and recording a female without them knowing. But while investigators were reviewing the videos from the guy's home, one of the detectives noticed that he was having sex with a woman dressed in a Lee County Sheriff's Office uniform multiple times. Then they determined that the Sheriff's Office technology specialist was the woman in the uniform having sex with the guy in the videos. And then when questioned about the videos and sexual encounters, the woman said that they were lovers and she would have sex with him on her lunch breaks. She admitted that she made a very bad decision, violated the sheriff's office policy, so she also has a 6-month disciplinary probation to go with it.
I know we'll never get these numbers, but I would love to know how many police officers do the hibbity-dibbity while they're on duty. You know it happened. Clearly it happens. It's not the first time we've heard about police officers.
We've had stories here. There was, I remember, I think there was footage. Remember that? I think he had his camera on. And
if you're the chief or whoever's in charge of getting you fired or whether you keep your job or not, police officer has sex on their lunch break, do you fire them?
Well, it's a regulation. So, yeah, you suspend them like they did for 3 days and you get 6 months probation.
Okay, Captain Ralston doesn't go all in on the fire. Now, what if it's not during
Captain Jaybird high fives him.
Yes. After they wash their hands, I hope.
Well, it's their lunch break. Should you not be allowed to do what you want on your lunch break? That's why I'm asking the question.
I don't think you can bone in the uniform.
That's what I think. Just having the uniform on, you probably can't bone if you're on shift.
I'm sure they have very strict regulations about what you can and can't do on lunch breaks and in what clothing.
But there's police officers listening right now going, damn, they're talking about us right now.
29-year-old Trey Allen Cornwell of Hernando County, Florida, stole an ambulance, then got caught when he drove it into some mud and got the ambulance stuck.
Dude.
What's an all-star about this guy, Trey, is his mugshot. He's got a tattoo of a lightning bolt across his face, so you already know this is a dude that already makes questionable decisions.
Nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Such a big move.
Yeah. A fired Walmart employee in Concord, North Carolina, returned to his old store by crashing a car through the front door and doing a ton of damage.
Oh, my gosh.
No injuries were reported, thankfully, and 32-year-old Lacey Cordell Gentry was taken into custody. No motive for the drive-through has been determined yet.
She was a disgruntled former employee.
I wish we could drive through a wall or a window without getting in trouble. For, like a segment or a bit.
That doesn't worry you either?
Well, I think we'd do it. We'd hire the...
That's such a dude thing to want to do.
You never wanted to do that, Virginia?
Never.
I want Kevin to throw me through a window.
I know, you said that.
Bit by a shark. I guess those are dude things?
Yeah, it's very dude of you.
Mm-hmm. A woman allegedly sneaked into a man's home, stripped naked, and jumped into one of his beds. Hey now. And they don't even know each other. But apparently she was a resident in the home in 2009 and felt like she had a right to be there. Wait, what?
Oh, so this is her old house?
Yes.
Maybe she was drinking and got confused.
I don't know. Yeah, apparently she got in, stripped down naked, hopped into one of the air mattresses in one of his bedrooms. He had heard the commotion, got the police there. She refused to leave and actually spit in the face of one of the officers.
Oh, my.
Boy, they're going to get you for that one.
Can't do that, girl.
Yeah, the 28-year-old woman was booked into jail on charges of criminal trespassing and harassing of a public servant. I don't know if you knew this. If it wasn't bad enough, we can't find TP again. Apparently, ketchup is on the brink of being short of supply.
There's been talks about this for a minute now.
Yeah, apparently so many restaurants are now doing more to-go orders here during the pandemic, so they're going through a ton of ketchup packets, and prices are up 13% in just 14 months.
Wow.
Am I the only one who hates the little packets of ketchup? There's so little ketchup, and I got such that bitch-ass grip.
You have to go through so much.
You do. I mean, seven packets will probably get me maybe through 9 fries.
Yeah, I would feel guilty with how many packets I would take, but, I'm not apologizing.
I just feel like they should make bigger packets. Just make me like a Capri Sun packet of ketchup, and then we're cool.
Yeah.
Capri Sun.
Maybe, okay, that might be a little big.
In 2020, there were more than $1 billion in ketchup sales in the U.S., 15% higher than in 2019. So we're even using more ketchup, too.
Interesting.
For some reason during the pandemic.
I love ketchup. I know you don't like it, Virginia, but I highly recommend hiding it into your macaroni and cheese when you bake it. So when you take it out, you cut it, it bleeds ketchup.
That is repulsive.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
Ketchup and macaroni and cheese go very well together.
Really?
It does.
Okay, that's a bird hack for you.
It is.
Don't you do that in front of me. I'll fight you.
Oh, I'm going to do it all day long.
And here's another thing taken off during the pandemic. Whammo says that they've had a big spike in demand for hula hoops. They sold 1 million last year, up from 20% from 2018 and 2019. I am terrible at hula hooping.
Oh, I love the hula hoop.
I don't know if Kevin's bad at hula hooping. You think you're bad, but we have the video to prove how good you are.
That was maybe the best run I ever had.
We were naked doing it.
Yeah, that's right. We did that for the Naked Olympics.
Our boy can move his hips.
Yeah.
Did it for you?
It did it for the audience. The comments on that. He did. He was making love to the Invisible Man.
Why do you always make it a man?
It's fantasy.
Why, is it sexist? Is there an invisible woman? I don't know.
You don't know how I lean yet.
I find that video.
There, we need to get ourselves a hula hoop. Do you have a hula hoop, Virginia?
I think Rocco's got one. Yeah.
Oh, you should bring it in.
Yeah, if
tomorrow.
not, we can,
right.
they sell them at Walmart too.
Yeah, we can find one.
But if we need it, they won't sell them at Walmart today.
Yeah, you're right. There'll be a
course.
shortage in hula hoops.
Every time we
mysteriously.
need something for the show, Walmart never has it.
Yeah. Coming up, we got a challenge for Virginia, who does our dirt of the day. It's the peen game, big or small.
Ooh.
According to celebrity blogs featuring supposed firsthand accounts, how do these celebrity men rate on their donger size?
They blog about the log.
Big or small? We'll put Virginia to the test next. Okay, we got a little challenge for Virginia. The peen game, big or small? This is according to celebrity blogs featuring supposed first-hand accounts. How do these celebrity men rate on their donger size, Virginia?
These are just rumors, though, right?
It is just based on the celebrity blogs featuring supposed first-hand accounts. So, big or small is how you're going to answer this for each celebrity, Virginia.
Okay.
We'll
I
see
love
how
to
many
be
you can get right.
judgy with zero basis of fact.
Well, we've talked about it on the After the Show podcast that you sometimes can tell just by the way the person is.
There's a look.
And a lot of these, too, there have been stories. Some of them we've actually seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there may be, if a knowledge of dirt is there, which it should be, Virginia, you may be able to just go through some of the prep stories you remember and be able to answer right. What about Justin Bieber, big or small? Justin Bieber.
I think Bieber was big, and it's not fair, but I think it's going down.
That
It's
is-
actually going up.
Yeah,
And
it is.
I remember him, there was that picture that
Yeah.
was released. He's come out of the water.
Yeah.
And it was.
Yeah, I think there's one where he was shacking with a lady and he's walking out of the cabin or whatever.
And Ellen interviewed him about it, put the picture up, and then people were going after Ellen about it. Like, how dare you do that? You're making him uncomfortable. Even though he probably paid the paparazzi to take the picture.
Yeah.
Trust me, he wasn't uncomfortable.
No
The
way.
flattering photo.
Oh, he knew that was going out there? Come on.
What about Harry Styles? Big or small?
I think Harry Styles, there's also been rumors of largeness.
Okay, you are correct on that one as well. He's had good reports so far. Again, maybe paying off the paparazzi. I don't know.
He does have BDE, too.
And not that it even matters.
Okay. Brad Pitt. What are the celebrity blogs and rumors about his manhood? Big or small?
I think they've been small.
Oh, man.
You're right.
Yeah.
What about his boy Clooney? Is he puny Clooney?
What about Shia LaBeouf? What are the reports about him?
The reports about LaBeouf are that he is packing heat.
And you can tell just by he's got such an aggressive, big dong.
Okay. They got him here as small.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see.
I thought there were reports of that too, though, Virginia.
I don't know.
Okay. Orlando Bloom.
Oh, we've seen it, and it's a snake.
Really?
Yeah, he was on the paddleboard.
Yeah, he was. He was actually paddling with it.
I'm sorry, I don't remember the Dirt of the Day dong stories.
He doesn't even need an oar.
Yeah. What about Daniel Craig? James Bond. Big or small, according to the celebrity blogs?
Daniel Craig. He does have a suave about him, but I'm going small.
You're going peen?
Yeah.
Small peen?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the rumors, at least.
Does that take away from Bond for you? If you
A little bit.
If you know Bond's got a time.
A little bit.
No, come on, man.
You want Bond to have a sword.
No, I don't think it matters.
It does matter.
Come on, dog. don't make that about Bond. Let Bond just be
Don't
Vince
make this about
crushing.
you. This is not about you and your penis.
Okay, another Brit, David Beckham.
I think Beckham's got a hog.
I don't know.
I'm feeling it. You think Virginia's got a hog? He is rumored to be big. Pretty good.
I
Virginia's-
don't know.
I'm hearing a lot of big. I'm not hearing a lot of small in this list.
What about Ashton Kutcher, Virginia? What are the rumors about him? Big or small?
Ashton Kutcher. I'm leaning small.
Okay, there you go. Small.
You're good at this game. You're shooting about
real good.
90% right now.
Yeah. She is 7 for 8 so far.
That's really good.
Enrique Iglesias. What did the celebrity blog supposedly say about his manhood size? Big or small?
It breaks my heart to say it because I think he's so gorgeous, but I think it's small.
Why should that break your heart, though? It shouldn't
I
break your
want him to have a big one. I want all of you to have a big one.
Oh, thank you.
I
So
wish
nice.
that for you.
Yeah.
I mean, unless a guy's like a jerk, I don't want him to have a big one, but all nice guys should have a pipe. They deserve it.
You're right on that one. Small's the rumor.
Again, she's on fire.
Yeah, you will get 9 out of 10 if you get this one correct.
I'm actually really pulling for you. I want you to get 90%.
Thank you.
Peen game, big or small? Jason Derulo.
Jason Derulo.
South Florida guy, Miramar.
I've seen it in the outline. It's a dragon, Kevin. It's big.
It is. Virginia, 9 out of 10.
You could see it in a TikTok video that he put up because he was wearing these pants that left zero to the imagination.
And just to let you know, there's a little bit of a debate about LaBeouf. Some people are saying he's on different lists. He's on a small
Okay.
list and he's on a big list. She might have got 100%.
She might have got 100%.
I'm not
Yeah.
I'm trying to get you 100% over.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It could be.
Because if I get 100, we get 100.
Yeah, I like to see a win.
Okay. I'll give Jaybird his own challenge here in a second. You were kind of talking a little bit about it earlier, but I can probably do the same one. So I'm not sure if he's paying attention to your Dirt Virginia when we were talking about how much celebrities charge for their Instagram posts.
I did not retain anything.
Good. I'll give you the same ones again.
I remember it made me mad.
Okay.
And I tuned out.
All right. So Virginia aced her pop culture quiz. Probably 10 out of 10. Can Jaybird come even close? I'll give you 2 celebrities. You got to tell me, Bird, which one is charging more for their Instagram posts. Coming up in a second.
KVJ's double your paycheck.
We put the call out for Stacy Avick of West Palm Beach, and I believe we have Stacy Avick here. Is that correct?
Yes.
Stacy, how are you?
Yeah. Yeah, girl.
Yeah.
I'm so excited, so happy.
Oh, I bet. I mean, how many days can you say, oh, you know what? No big deal. I'm going to double my paycheck today.
Never.
Never.
I took a chance, and I was telling coworkers, I'm like, y'all have to sign up.
I
Good.
love it.
Spread the word so that they can double their paycheck as well. Your boss is going to love it because it's not coming out of his pocket. It's ours. South Florida winners all throughout this. Sign up easily at WRMF.com. Congratulations. KVJ's doubling your paycheck, okay?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Virginia aced her quiz. It was the celebrity big or small game.
Now we're
Arguably, Virginia maybe got 9 out of 10.
Now we're going to do it, Jaybird. It's female celebrities, big or small.
Bring it.
Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to quiz Jaybird. He should have an added advantage over you, Virginia, because you actually gave a lot of these answers earlier in your dirt.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see if that actually proved to be an advantage or not. Did he pay attention? Did he lock it in?
I know there was a Jenner involved, and I got mad about how much she made. I didn't get mad. I got sad. I remember I said I got sad about the dirt.
For one Instagram post.
Yes.
Okay, so what these are, it's amazing how much some of these celebrities are making just for one social media post. Could be on Instagram or whatever the various platforms might be. So Jaybird, I will give you 2 different celebrities. You tell me which one of them is charging more for their posts on social media, okay?
Boy, I got some big witch feet to fill.
You do. She got a perfect score. Can you do the same? Okay. First one. Kendall Jenner or Khloe Kardashian.
I mean, it's the same thing.
Are they the same person, Virginia?
They are not the same person.
Not the same person.
Not at all.
Okay, not at all.
Chloe's in the big 3. So that means she probably gets the more money.
Okay.
She gets,
But she's older now, and the young generation's coming up.
you ageist.
I'm just saying.
Are you trying to help me? Because I think, okay, it's clearly, it's not Chloe. It's did you say Kylie?
What?
Kylie Jenner? Kylie
What was the
Jenner.
answer?
Kylie Jenner.
Your final answer is Kylie Jenner?
It's the older Kardashian. I should have not listened to you.
Kylie wasn't in it, boo.
Yeah.
Don't call me boo. First of all, wow. Can we start over? That was a terrible start. Oh my gosh.
You ever see somebody trip right at the gate?
Oh, yeah.
Right at the start line.
Right at the start line.
That's basically what we just witnessed.
Well, I knew it was going to go bad, but that horrific?
Yeah, it's not going well.
All right, let's focus though.
It was Kendall Jenner. She's 500,000 per post. Chloe goes 480, so they're close. But Kendall just edges her out. Okay, who charges more for an Instagram post? Is it Kim Kardashian or Kylie Jenner?
It's not even close. It's Kim. It's Kim K, Kevin.
Kim K.
What? This is.
Kylie's more now.
It's like I'm in a bad dream. I'm being quizzed on the Kardashians. I'm hearing buzzer sounds. Virginia's laughing at me. I'm full.
It's Kylie Jenner, $1 million for an Instagram post. Kim Kardashian is $720,000. Okay, Jaybird so far is 0 for 2. All right, number 3, Justin Bieber or Ariana Grande? Who charges more? Big old pop stars, top of their game, done a song together even.
Bieber is bigger, I feel. But Grande is going to charge more. It's Grande because you know why? She can do makeup products. Boom. Grande.
Grande Bird got one right.
Okay.
Yeah, she is $900,000 for Instagram posts. Justin Bieber charges $630,000
That's insane.
for one.
Well, I mean, the influencers can, the female market, you can really get a lot of stuff out there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the influencers in the female market have 18 to 34 demographics. Oh my God.
Wow. Okay, what about besties? Taylor Swift or Selena Gomez? Which one of those two charges more?
Definitely Swift.
Definitely Swift. Selena Gomez. She's $800,000. Taylor Swift is $750,000.
Swift could charge more if she wanted to, though.
You think?
I don't know.
Wasn't Selena Gomez known for having the most Instagram followers at one point?
She was.
See, I'm glad I don't know this information. You guys have all these footnotes over here.
Okay, how about this, Jaber? Which celebrity charges more for an Instagram post? Is it Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson or Beyonce Knowles Carter?
Ooh, you got Rock, who's a movie star, but
Yeah.
you also have the wrestling world, who's very loyal online.
Very true. Very true.
But you got Beyonce.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, Queen Bee, Kevin.
You do.
I'm going to go The Rock on this one with not much confidence.
Okay. All right. The Rock.
Kevin just rock bottomed me.
Beyonce $700,000. The Rock goes $650,000 for an Instagram post. Okay.
right.
Let's go to the world of basketball.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
get out of
hoop
this-
it up.
Let's get out of the celebrity world. Let's go LeBron James or Steph Curry.
It's without a doubt LeBron James.
Without a doubt, LeBron James.
Yay.
He's $10,000 more. It's $120,000 for a post, $110 for Steph Curry. How about soccer stars David Beckham or Cristiano Ronaldo? Who charges more?
I'd bet all of our faces on it that it's not Ronaldo. It's definitely Beckham. Beckham. Damn, our faces are gone.
You're not allowed to bet my face.
I never signed that paper.
No.
Dog, blood in, blood out. We go in together, we go out together.
In fact, it's not even close, actually. Cristiano Ronaldo, $750,000 for an Instagram post. Beckham is only $200,000.
Whoa.
I would not know Cristiano if he was tickling me in a tickle fight. I have no
He's
idea.
one of the best-looking men on the planet.
I would love to watch him tickle you. I'd be watching him, not you.
You'd be watching me. I jiggle a lot.
I wonder if we could ever get him to tickle you.
There's no
That'd
way.
be so fun.
There's no way that's going to
Zero
ever.
chance.
Just
I
get
mean,
out
he
of your head.
charges $750,000 for an Instagram post. You think he's going to do a goofy bit where he tickles Jaybird?
We can't afford his tickles.
No.
We couldn't even get a low budget comedian to tickle me.
We should start asking them
We
all.
should. That's
all
our,
of them.
That's our thing.
Floyd Mayweather or Conor McGregor, Jaybird, who charges more?
Floyd.
Floyd Mayweather.
Well, Conrad's got his own liquor. Floyd.
That is correct.
You have to laugh right in the microphone. I mean, you can back away from the microphone.
She's thoroughly enjoyed this
Oh,
segment.
she's loved
Yeah, she
this.
loved it.
Well, she crushed the small peen,
Yeah.
big peen, worked in some insults against me,
Yeah.
and now I'm tanking.
And now,
it.
now you just tank your round.
We have entered the witch's hour.
Conor McGregor, 125,000. Floyd Mayweather, 107.
It's more of the KVJ Show right now on 97.9 WRMF.
I was pretty pumped this week because Xfinity, they just added Disney Plus and they added ESPN Plus. Plus they have the Paramount TV on there. They got the HBO Max. But the thing is, my head's been kind of spinning because they've just dropped all these new subscription services here recently. And I was kind of having to, go out, use the Apple TV, jump back and forth. So now it's kind of cool because I can stay within the same DVR and jump around all these kind of things. But they're trying to keep up with it. But it just lets you know how many are dropping. And it's having an effect on Netflix. They used to be the only giant around. And even though they still hold 20% of the U.S. streaming market, Netflix has lost 31% of its market share.
Whoa, that's a lot.
That is a lot, right? 31%. I'm sure when you're, nickel and diamond money here and there and how much you can spend on all these productions, they spent over $1 billion, a year or so ago on new content. When you lose 31% of your market share, are you going to have that kind of money to put back into content?
That's all your Disney Pluses, your Hulus, your Peacocks. Like,
Yeah.
people aren't going to keep 10 services. They're going to have to cut the fat.
They say that, here's the whole thing. We thought we were being so smart saving money by cutting the cord. Look at me. And now we're just adding all these services. They say Americans are going to add 50 million new video subscriptions this year. The biggest being Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, HBO Max, and Discovery Plus in that order. Those are the biggest booms. Now, Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Hulu, they're, still there. They're not really going to see a bump because most of us already have them. But that's what we're doing. We cut the cord. We just are still paying the same amount. Some people might be paying more than what they were. I cut the cord. I don't have to deal with cable anymore.
And now you have 18 subscription services.
Right. Well, I got to tell you, some of these are really doing the kind of content that makes you feel like, gosh, I guess it's probably worth the investment. I'm that way with Disney Plus. I hate that I keep jumping in there and I'll do a monthly and I'll binge watch The Mandalorian and then I'll cancel it. But they're doing more and more stuff with this new series that they got coming out, all the Star Wars stuff. They've got Loki, which is something else that they're going to be debuting. That has to do with the whole, I think, Marvel universe superhero stuff.
Wasn't he the bad dude? Isn't he? I don't want to say it in case I get it wrong. They get real mad. Is it Thor's brother?
Yeah.
Took a risk.
Right. The Avengers,
It feels good, but chase that feeling.
Yeah. And also, they've got all these different things that are out there, so it's looking good, and they're doing great with those things. But the problem is I saw this, a lot of Americans are falling into getting all these subscription services and then losing track of their finances, and they can't understand why they're so in debt. 58% of people say they can't remember all the recurring subscriptions and the monthly charges that they're paying for.
Oh, boy.
58%.
That's tough.
The majority of Americans cannot remember. I don't really necessarily know mine. Ours are kind of written down, but my wife does try to every month now go through and check. And then she grills everybody because, the thing that's happening too is we got some kids that are jumping on stuff and signing up for things. And we're like, wait.
What is that?
Well, there was, like, for instance, some kind of app that did things to photos. And
Facetune.
I didn't know what it was. Something was like 30. I can't remember what it was. Ridiculous. It was like 30 a month or something like that. I'm like, wait, what?
Facetune sells you an annual membership for $30, but then it renews automatically if you don't do it.
I was like, what is this? Like, and I got accused of it. I'm like, you think I'm tuning this face? Have you seen my photos?
You need to get a refund from Facetune.
Right. All I do is get ripped on about my eyes or this or that. I'm like, if I'm spending $30 for Facetune.
Does Facetune make you look like you're always photoshopped into a picture? Because it's just weird that you have that effect.
Well, and the thing that I don't like about this too, and my wife definitely started to find this out, with all these subscription services, I would like to see with somebody come up with a rating, not only on how good the service is and is it worth the money, but also tell me how hard is it to cancel? Because they're not all created the same. In fact, some are getting a really bad rap now for almost creating bunk numbers, and they send you through all these different hoops because they know, and I'm sure they even have the numbers, that if they create an impossible system, 70% of people will give up and just keep paying the $5, whatever it is a month, because they don't want the hassle. And after 2 hours, they're like, forget it. I don't even want to deal with it.
It took me 47 minutes to cancel my CBS All Access that I had bought. I will never do that again.
It took how many minutes?
47.
And we heard about it for 6 months after.
We heard it for 600 minutes. Yeah, that's how it went out. Well, we are getting more and more subscriptions as 58% of people say that they can't even remember all the recurring subscriptions they have and the monthly charges. And you start adding them up. I couldn't even believe we were victims of this, or we had set ourselves up to be victims of this, until my wife went through and she started doing the math, and it was astonishing how much we were spending. So now we try every month to go through to take a look at what we're just spending. You don't think about it because, and somebody brought up the point, it's about the price of a craft beer for some of these services, but if you've got 10 of them that you're unaware of, that could be an extra $80 a month, $800 a year, plus maybe $1,000 you might be spending on subscriptions that you're not really using and getting anything out of. And then on top of it, they seem to have figured it out. If they can hook you in to just get you in there and get your credit card information, then some are making it almost impossible for you to cancel.
And they do that recurring charge where it just automatically charges.
Yeah.
And then you go to cancel it and you're like, wait a minute, I have to be on the phone for 3 hours to cancel this?
Yeah. So what are the ones that are the toughest to cancel, to kind of give you a warning? Because I don't know of any service that says, hey, just make sure you really want this, because it will take you at least an hour and lots of frustration and a half a bottle of whiskey just to try to cancel this thing. Somebody said the After app, I tried for 3 months now to cancel the offer up subscription. Can't do it. Somebody said the Square app kept 5,000 R's from me. I don't know what that is, and wouldn't explain. So they had a whole issue with that. Took them about 90 days to try to get their money back. I had to wait 3 months to cancel the subscription so I could get my money. I'm pretty sure it was illegal. Don't use. Yeah, and some of these, I'm wondering who's regulating some of these companies that is doing this.
I think it's still a Wild West.
It feels like it.
Yeah.
And there might just be some illegal practices going on with these sketchy subscriptions that you get. Carlos said that Prime, not so tough to cancel, but they have definitely made it more complicated than it used to be.
Oh.
So they realize we're going more subscriptions. You're more confused by it. So if we just made the process a little bit more difficult, what would be our retention rate on keeping people?
Even if they just do like 5% more retention, that's a lot of money.
Well, the crazy thing about it, it's so easy to sign up, and it's so hard to cancel on some of them.
They
which is
know
so
what
obvious.
they're doing.
Absolutely. It's not done by accident.
No.
Ashley said you should just cancel your card and get a new one.
That's what I did. I told my bank that my internet card that I use for all those kind of purchases, I said it had been compromised, and I felt like somebody had it. And so they were like, they just sent me a whole new card, new number, new everything. And as long as your card doesn't forward, because some of these cards forward the information to the creditors.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty messed up.
That is another messed up part. Absolutely. And Panchita said that if you inform the bank, they also will help you to cancel it. And are there services that are out there that you can now get that will kind of go out and cancel subscriptions for you? I think I heard about something
there
like that.
are. Yeah, but they're gonna charge you a subscription.
Of course, and they're going to be hard to cancel themselves, ironically.
That's not going to be free.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Any other suggestions? You can let us know. 877-979-WRMF.
More KVJ next on 87.9 WRMF.
Got this email here that one of our listeners had sent in looking for a little bit of guidance for a friend that's driving them crazy with photos. It says, my friend is pretty great, but she's also one of those kind of people that has to take pictures everywhere we go. And in South Florida, you can imagine there's so many places where you can take cute photos.
Oh my gosh, you're eating an egg.
Yep. And her photos are superposed selfies, maybe at the beach, anytime we go to any kind of brunch or a restaurant or anywhere, she has to stop. We have to do a cute little selfie. But the problem is it's such a to-do. Now, I love a good pic, and if the timing's right, there's something really cool about it, but hers is overkill. For instance, when we go out to take a photo, she got to find the right lighting, the right pose. She then has to look through the pictures and demand a retake if she doesn't like them. And then she over-filters all of them and gets offended if I don't share the photos. And this woman is in her early 40s.
Okay, so I thought this was Virginia until you said early 40s.
Okay.
Way too young.
So how do I get my friend to slow her camera roll, or do I just roll with it if that makes her happy? Do you have anybody like this in your life? And also, can women everywhere stop with the damn filters, for crying out loud?
Stop with the dog filter. Good Lord. I'd like to see what you actually look like. I know you don't have a snout.
But I look so much cuter as a puppy.
You really don't. I hate to break it to some of you ladies out there.
I am an adorable puppy.
I get that you want to do one, maybe do 10 of them, but every picture's got a rabbit face.
How do you deal with a narcissistic friend, Virginia, that's always wanting to do selfies, and it's such a to-do and an inconvenience whenever you're out? Do you say anything, or do you just go ahead and humor her because it means such a big deal to her?
I would humor her because I don't really care. Selfies don't make me that upset. Now, if the food comes and we take a few pictures and then I'm ready to eat and I can't eat because she's still taking pictures, then I'm annoyed.
Well, yeah, that's what it sounds like she is.
Yeah,
If
then you got to say, look, we got to take 3 pictures and be done.
You should be able to say that to your friend without this being a big deal. And if you can't tell your friend that the selfie thing is screwing everything up, then she might be set a little too sensitive for you.
So there's a time and a place, but there's also boundaries on when and where we're going to do selfies.
I mean, couldn't you just tell your friend, look, I just don't feel like doing this right now?
But if it makes her happy, I mean, as long as she's not poo-pooing on your good time.
Well, Ted Bundy, murder made him happy. It's like you can't always do things that make you happy.
Wow, how extreme.
It was an extreme example.
Already a great day for Stacy Avick of West Palm Beach. She doubled her paycheck less than an hour ago, and you got another chance to do that yourself. Coming up at 11 a.m. Other chances at 1, 3, and 5 today. Go sign up if you're not already at WRMF.com. KVJ doubling your paycheck all day today and Thursday this week. Coming up, we got the After the Show podcast. We're going to go into more depth on our Raise Your Hand poll that we had earlier. We're going to find out which one of us has seen a psychiatrist here on the show. We've also got some questions about people who've done illegal drugs while broadcasting on the airwaves, and 80% of the show has done that. So we got to find out what exactly all these pirates are doing here, what kind of things they're doing and where and when and what the heck's going on with that. So a lot to talk about on the After the Show podcast. Going to be live on YouTube and always on demand there, or you can even just listen to it on the free 97.9 WRMF app. All right, Bird, wrap us up today with your thought.
Happiness is great for the body, but sorrow strengthens the spirit.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.